So it's finally here. It finally happened. We're finally entering into a new real estate cycle. I've waited for years for this to happen, and we're there now. But how can I say it so definitively? Well, it's easy. Interest rates, okay? Interest rates. We just had a bump of a couple points on interest rates, and it just took the refi market, right? Just dropped it down. No more refis. It's about time. We've had low interest rates forever. Crazy low interest rates forever, like insanely low interest rates forever. And way too much capital got dumped into society, into the market, right? Monetary policy has been about as loosey-goosey as you can get, and lots of people have been flush with cash. And what happened? We have inflation. And we have, in some cases, hyperinflation right now. Here we are in almost heading toward mid-year 2022. And what that does to real estate, it changes everything. And is that a bad thing? Not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Because as everybody across the country has been saying, there's no houses to buy. Rents are out of control. House prices are out of control. How can we have an average house in America go up $56,000 in 1 year? It's nuts. It's crazy, and it's not sustainable. And so we've been waiting, we, real estate professionals, have been waiting for a new cycle to happen, and that's what we have right now. Now, does it change overnight? Of course it doesn't change overnight. It takes some time for this to catch up. And when I say catch up, what we're trying to catch up to, you guys, I'll call it a normal market. And what a normal market means in real estate is when we have a more balanced environment. And a balanced environment usually is based on inventory. A person's ability to go out there and say, time to move. I want to sell my house. I want to go buy a house. I want to go find an apartment, anything like that. And we have a more balanced ability to go out there and go buy our product. Now, I hear people talk about this inventory crisis, right? We have an inventory crisis, like there's no houses for sale. Guys, that's not the case, okay? It's not a matter of inventory that there aren't houses for sale. The problem is houses they go away like that. That's been our problem, right? Because with ridiculously low interest rates, and the reason I say that, we look at statistics through the National Association of Realtors about the number of units moved per year. And we can look at our statistics of the number of single family homes or commercial property being traded in any given year. And we can start to say, well, we didn't just go from having 5.2 million housing units 1 year down to 1 million housing units. No, in fact, it's very consistent numbers. The difference is how long is that house sitting on the shelf? That's the issue. And if a normal market might say, well, we would like to see it sitting on the market for 3 months or 4 months, whatever, any particular market's going to consider it a balanced market. So what are the headlines talking about, right? I mean, for those of us that track this industry, and it seems like most of America is tracking the housing industry now because we are kind of in this crisis situation. And so you take a look at the headlines. Is it a bubble? Is the bubble here? Is it all going to bust? Is it a crash? Is it a correction? Well, as someone who lives and breathes this industry, you know the cliche, all real estate is local. We're going to see regional pockets and various things happening in different urban areas, the same way where we've seen crazy prices in Florida or other certain urban areas to start to say, we're going to start balancing out. So there's nothing to worry about here relative to watching our interest rates go up. And you say, what do you mean, Mark? That's not fair to say. Do you know the impact that has on my monthly payments? Yes, I do know. I know the impact it has across the board, whether it be, if you need to go finance and you got 3.5% interest versus 5.5% interest, what that means on a $500,000 loan or a $250,000 loan. I know what that means for one of my kids that needs to go buy a house and suddenly they don't have a 4% interest rate because they might be faced with a 6% interest rate. But one of the things that also happens is now suddenly we have a supply balance. And now suddenly we have prices that might get into a practical range, and not this idea that people have to go out there and make these fast, uneducated decision without proper due diligence, and suddenly after they go buy their home, the first-time home buyers or whomever else, and they're faced with incredible buyer's remorse because they had to make hasty decisions in a crazy, crazy volatile market. So we're in a new real estate cycle. So let's all embrace it. Let's ride it. Let's figure out the pros and cons. For those of us that work in the industry, you know what? All of us have been at this for a while. We know that there's wonderful opportunity whether the market is going up or the market is going down. So listen, it's just something I wanted to talk about because there's a headline every day on this. I'm glad you could be with me. I hope you'll stick with me. We talk about lots of different topics with investing in the real estate industry. I am Mark at resultscommercial.com. Resultscommercial.com is our website. And I'm glad you're with me here on our YouTube channel. I hope you'll subscribe to Results in Real Estate. Thanks for being with me today.